Hello and welcome to Pedz Game Shack. This is the 42nd episode, and it's been the first episode in a while. My fault. You know, things happened, moving house, various other things, kind of slow things down. Even though it's been about 8 months. But hopefully that will change and we'll get more regular episodes out regularly. Yeah, regular episodes out regularly. Anyway, we have Hypes with us again. How are you doing, Hypes?
All right. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. Honored to be here on the 42nd episode. 42. It's a good number, as all you nerds will know.
Yep.
The answer to everything. So, better do a good podcast.
Is it as important as a 64? Or a 69?
I was going to say, what's a 64?
64, I was thinking N64.
N64. Ah,
Yeah.
64 bits.
Yeah.
Bits. Remember bits. Remember when bits were important. Life was
Yeah.
simpler when we all just cared about bits.
Yeah, well. Now everyone cares about, I was going to say console wars, but that's always been a thing. I remember in the playgrounds when everyone would be like, oh, the Sega Mega Drive is better, or I love the Super Nintendo. But I was more like, I have both, so I don't care what you guys think.
Where did you grow up with people with accents like that, Pedz?
I don't even know what accents I don't even know the accent, what I was doing, to be honest with you. Honestly, no clue.
People care about 4K and 8K now. Graphics,
Yeah.
60 FPS, whatever.
Honestly, I'm not bothered by 4K. I guess some people do, especially with massive TVs, like the bigger, then obviously higher resolution's better. Me, I came with certain games, like say Rocket League, for example, I preferred 120 frames per second to 60 frames per second, for example. But that's a me thing.
It's more than me. I've got a 4K TV, don't have anything that plays 4K. It's like paying extra for Netflix extra or
Yeah,
whatever
that's
extra to get
understandable.
it. And yeah, Switch doesn't do it. So there you go.
When you getting a Switch 2?
When some games come out that I want,
Can't
when
really argue
when a
with
generous benefactor gets me one.
that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. To be honest, I'm on a bit of a retro kick really. I'm not even playing the Switch games I have that have um I've not got through to. You know, I've re-plugged in and set up my Wii U and rehacked and got out my 3DS. I'm hitting it up like it's 2013 or whatever. Good times.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Okay.
I need to set up all my older consoles since moving. Like I said, it's been about 8 months, but I still haven't set up all my old consoles that I had set up.
Moving to
Simply
a new
because
mansion.
I wish I had a mansion. I could do with one. Not because I want lots of space. I don't even want a mansion. I just want another
Room.
house with a games room. Yeah, I just want a games room for all my
See,
games.
we all need, isn't it? Just a little
Exactly.
place where you can have all your consoles set up
Exactly.
and then you
Yeah.
can play them. Because, there's still something more about actually playing on the original hardware rather than just emulating everything on PC, isn't there?
It is.
Part of the whole experience.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
I need
crazy.
somewhere to put an old CRT TV that I've had since 2005. It's just been sitting in a cupboard. But yeah.
Last CRT I had was a few years ago, and someone like moved out of where they were, and they were desperate for a TV, so I just gave them that, even though it was like a
I'm
really
not that
old
desperate.
TV. But it was better. It was better to have that TV than no TV. So there you go.
Oh, yeah. TVs are nothing these days, aren't they? Remember when you used to, in the old days, my parents used to like rent a TV. Blimey.
Yeah, when I first got my own place, about not my first place that my missus moved into. So it was I was in a flat, then I was in another house. So my third place I was living in, I was about 18, 19. And to buy a TV, what I did was I got it from the local TV shop, and I had a pound meter put on it, and I had to put pounds into the meter to pay, and then every month they'd come, take the pounds, work out how much you'd spent, how much you owed, and then whatever's left over, they'd give you the pounds, or you could add it, and they'd cover extra towards the next month. That's what I used to do. Pound meter for a pound in a box in the back of the TV, and it'd go in. And I think it was like a pound is 4 hours, so you'd have to like put a pound in every 4 hours to keep it going. This stupid like that.
Dystopian nightmare.
I know. I assumed it was just rentals or something. I assumed that they were the people doing it, and then other people copied. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, I can't remember the name of the company. I think it's just rentals, but their ads featured What's on Telly. Watson. Remember those? I don't know if you were in Wales at the time. Hello, my name's Watson. Watson Telly. And that's how it starts.
Oh, no, don't recall that at all.
I'll have to look on YouTube to see if it's on there. Just to post it on the. I'll put an image of Watson Telly on the podcast for people who look on YouTube.
HTV special.
No, it wasn't an S4C thing, but it was obviously broadcast in Wales. Oh. I don't think it would have been shown in England and stuff because it was based in Wales. Yeah, you had money, like yeah.
harsh times.
Yeah. Oh. Well, the mines were closed down in Wales and it's screwed over, so no one had money.
They were. I remember. Yeah.
Same as north of England. All their mines were closed.
Yeah. Well, all the mines were closed in the south of England as well. There just weren't any. So.
Yeah.
Tin mines in Cornwall. Yeah. Different times.
Definitely. So moving on from What's on Telly. I'm sure it was pronounced Watson, like from Sherlock Holmes and Watson.
Watson.
Yeah. We'll move on from that because there's no point talking about What's on Telly anymore. But we are going to be talking about a game today called...
What is it called, Pedz?
Rusty Lake Paradise. I honestly keep thinking it's River Lake, but it's not. It's Rusty Lake Paradise.
The lake is rusty.
Yes, Rusty Lake Paradise. Basically, I suggested we play this game for one simple reason. I've been editing older episodes of the podcast to put the videos up onto YouTube with game images or gameplay footage. And a couple of the podcasts that we did, we discussed you playing and me dabbling point and click games. And I thought, ooh, I wonder if Hypes would be up for a podcast about a point and click game. And then I asked and you said yes. And I was like, right, now I need to find one.
Always up for a point and click game. It's how I live my life. Point and click. See what happens.
Yeah, so that's how it came about. I just thought it'd be fun to get back into it and look for something that I know you would appeal to you because of the genre of game. Obviously, I don't know if the game appealed to you in the sense of you found it good, but it's the genre that you like.
Indeed, yes. I do like that genre. One of my favourite. Puzzle solving. Yeah. What did you think of it? Or what do you think of the genre? I remember, when it must have been your Retro Tuesdays. Was that what it was?
Retro Monday, yeah.
Retro Mondays. And I got you to play Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, one of my favourite point and click games. And I don't think you got out of the first bit. You sacked it off pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm weird with point and click games. I've mentioned them to you before. Like some of them I get on really well with. Like I loved the first Super Monkey Island. Never finished the second Super Monkey Island. I love Dark Side Detective. Haven't played the
It's not
second
Super
one.
Monkey Island, Pedz.
Did I say Super Monkey Island?
You did. The Super Monkey Ball or Escape from Monkey Island. But I like the idea of Super Monkey Island. It's just monkeys running around in balls. And
Sorry, Monkey Island. Don't know why I said Super Monkey Island. Monkey Island, I really like. Monkey Island 2, LeChuck's Revenge, never finished.
Yeah. I think I must have finished at some point. I bought, the new Monkey Island, whatever it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to follow on from 2, but
Return to Monkey Island?
I think it's Return to Monkey Island.
Return to Super Monkey
There are
Island.
Tails and various things. Return to Super Monkey Island. And so I played Escape from Monkey Island. And I was going to play all the Monkey Islands to get up to release and then play it. I played Escape from Monkey Island. I love it. It's a classic. Played it when I was younger. Know what I'm doing. Played LeChuck's Revenge. Couldn't get on with it. It's slightly different. And it's just a bit more obscure. I don't know what I'm doing as well as I do with the first one. And
Yeah.
I sort of left it. And then, just this weekend I started going back to it and got on a bit further. So I've got that to do and then return to Monkey Island to do. But yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing with me. It's like I enjoy point and click games because a lot of the time they are funny games, well written games. But it comes to a point where there's always some really obscure bullshit, and it's like, ugh, I give up. My brain doesn't work like this.
Yeah. No. I certainly get that in, a lot of the LucasArts ones. At least there's at least one obscure. You're like, what the hell? What am I doing?
Yeah.
Why have I got to do this with this? How did you feel about Rusty Lake Paradise? Did you get stuck too much? Did you feel anything was too obscure? I think the thing with Rusty Lake Paradise is, it didn't give you that many options. There's no open, talk to, walk, give, pick up, push, pull. It's click, 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 isn't it really?
Yeah, it's quite simple in terms of
the interface. Yeah.
Interface in comparison to some of the older games, or probably even the new ones. I don't really know. I haven't played a lot recently, but as in the last while. But I thought it was all right. It wasn't too difficult. There were parts I was like, oh, what do I do with this? And then like I'd work it out after a little bit. It was something I would consider like quite an entry level point and click adventure for people who are like, oh, I love the look of the genre. Like, don't get me wrong, like Super Monkey Island. Monkey Island is like a much, much better game. But this is easier to like get into in the sense of it's easier to work things out. So I think if you start with games like this and build on to it, to Monkey Island and I don't know, Grim Fandango and whatever else, you're gonna ease yourself in better than just jumping straight into the deep end and then getting frustrated, I guess. But yeah, I had a good time with it. Like I said, there were times where I was like, I'm not really sure what to do, or I'd work something out, but I'd have to like work something else out for that next thing to happen. Like there was a puzzle right at the end of the game, and it was to spell out a word. Well, I load because you get a load of letters on like on a thing on a wall, and you have to like move a slider up and down to spell out a word, or just could have been random letters. I spelt out the word, and it didn't work, and then I had to go do a load of other stuff, including hatch chick. And then,
did you sort of guess the word?
I thought, well, it's probably that word, and it was that word, but it didn't do anything until I did the rest of the puzzles, and then it worked.
I think I did that with some other puzzle first. I sort of worked out what I thought it was, but it wouldn't let me do it because I hadn't actually reached the way to find out the solution in the game.
Yeah, and I think that's one issue with these kind of games is you can't really break them because
It's
otherwise,
not open world.
yeah, you if you work something out too early, then it just doesn't. If you work something out too early, then I guess it'll mess up other puzzles in some way, maybe. Or if it's like what I worked at was right near the end, so all I need to do was get through the door, do a couple more puzzles, and that was it.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have made any effect to anything else. Like,
But
but it,
equally, I suppose, it makes you solve a puzzle rather than just either guessing or
yeah,
brute forcing the answer. I started to try to do that with, I think one of the puzzles where you had to mix up a concoction to give someone to drink, and I didn't quite have the answer somewhere, so I just sort of guessed it all, and I did the right thing, but it didn't work because I haven't yet got the correct bit of the puzzle that told me what it was, and brute forcing it wouldn't allow me. Um, anyway, we should probably explain what the game actually is.
I did explain what it
Yeah,
was.
well,
Rusty Lake
Rust,
Paradise is a point and click adventure.
yeah. Um, so it's by Rusty Lake, who have evidently done Rusty Lake Hotel and Rusty Lake Roots. I don't know which one of them was first, and I presume they're both point and clicks as well.
I have no
And
idea about them.
whether
I
this was
noticed.
the first one, but yeah, this is a game set on an island, Rusty Lake Island, I guess.
Hmm.
Um, and it's sort of based around the um, plagues of Egypt. But I thought there were only like, oh no, there are. Yeah, it's based around
10
like
of
the
them, yeah.
10 plagues of Egypt.
Yeah.
From Moses and the Bible and things: blood, frogs, gnats, lice, pestilence, boils, darkness, etc. But I tell you what, it reminded me of when I first started it. Um, as a man of a similar vintage, Peds, you'll remember the internet back in 2002 or whatever. Reminded me of salad fingers.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember Salad Fingers. Yeah, it does actually. It does
It's
kind of remind me of
that
Salad
sort of
Fingers.
style of flash art, really,
Yeah.
isn't it? And just equally that sort of mood of this is just a bit weird.
Yeah.
Was it was you know so you go on, evidently you're the son, and you're trying to find out about your mother or something. And yeah,
Yeah. I think
I
she
believe,
to death, maybe?
yeah, I wouldn't have batted an eyelid if any of those characters had said, I like spoons, I like a taste of rusty
Hmm.
spoons or whatever. Rusty Lake, they must do it. Perhaps it's the same people. Mind blown. But yeah, it's very much that style. It's very much just that bit weird, and that's me. I'm all in for that. Um, yeah. As for the puzzles, yeah, it's not quite the level of LucasArts, Monkey Island, Indiana Jones,
Super
Grim
Monkey
Fandango,
Island.
whatever. It's Super Monkey Island. It more felt like it was kind of like multiple sort of like those escape the room games, where essentially you do just click on a lot of things, but then there were just a lot of logic puzzles, and I enjoyed that aspect more of it, like working out, this is how you solve the puzzle, rather than what weird thing have I got to combine to give to someone to unlock something. That it felt like there was logic behind
Yeah.
most of it. Yeah.
No, I think I can't really disagree with it really because you're right. There was like a kind of logic to solving the puzzles to give something to someone. Um, some of it was a bit weird, and like some of it was a bit weird. Like I
I
remember
like
this
the
one
bits you didn't
part.
find weird.
Yeah, there was one point where I'm pretty sure I hatched an egg and this weird gigantic mantisy thing was going around eating stuff.
That was that was like the eighth plague or something. When it yeah,
Yeah.
that was the bit I didn't like as much. I didn't know really what was going on. It was quite misty, wasn't it? And I was just like clicking on shadows, trying to get them big and things. I'm like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Yeah. Mm. There was definitely one puzzle. I like
Yeah.
how you sort of just went back and you were in the same place each time. You're like, oh well, I need to look here, I need to look there, I need to go in this house, I need to get down the stairs, and it sort of unlocked an extra bit maybe each time. But yeah, there was one bit. One of the puzzles at the start had a box or something, and there was a I don't know what the puzzle was, but I clicked on a few things and somehow managed to get it open. So I fluked that. And I still don't know how I managed it, but um, there were a few bits that got me quite frustrated as well. It was the constellations and looking through the telescope
That was the worst part of the game for
and
me.
trying to get the stars to line up with. I was like, oh my god, I, I I know what I need to do. I just can't physically do it. It's blowing my mind. I just turn
Yeah,
and turn,
that
turn this, turn that.
that was
Yeah.
the worst part of the game. Just that telescope
Mm.
constellation bit.
Yeah.
Annoying.
But yeah, um, it's all very weird, you know. The starts off with the grandma just vomiting a worm out of her mouth, and then I think later you pull out her snot, blood, tears, everything. The weird girl, yeah, all just very bizarre, but still enjoyable.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like everyone seems a bit off, but then father appears to die at some point, but he clearly doesn't die because his son somehow turns into a fly person and pierces his face with his protrudy thing. I've got the name of. Not a penis.
It's not a penis. He pierces with his not a penis. Yeah, his like
Yes.
snout sucker. Yeah,
Yeah. Common
whatever. Yeah,
proboscis, I think it's called, isn't it?
sure.
Yeah. It's something like that.
Yeah, no, I'd forgotten about that. Yeah,
There's some
it's
really weird shit. It's like some of it is like weird, and some of it
oh,
is like really weird. I think
you
it's
know,
quite
obviously
interesting. Like,
for all the people who are listening to this and are going to go out and buy it, I don't want to spoil it a bit too much, but it's also it's a bit Wicker Man as well, isn't it?
yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that isolated island. Things are weird. Yeah, it had how many achievements did you end up getting, Peds? It was a
I
weird achievement system in that I feel I got achievements just from doing things, solving puzzles that I don't think I did in any special way, and yet there were still many that I haven't got, and I'm not entirely sure how I could get them because I feel I clicked on everything. Oh, in fact, no, going just looking and seeing one. There is one. I managed to get a fish under the ice at some point, and
I got
it
that one.
seemed that
I think
yeah, I
I
didn't get it
got.
out. It was just there. I've
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
idea.
There was.
Oh, and twiddling with the man's nipples. Touch the nipple. Yeah, of
I
course.
I don't think I got that one.
Come on, you must have been enticed.
I might have got it. I just don't remember it.
Mm. But yeah, so you can obviously go back and replay it. This has got a walkthrough now. Have I unlocked the walkthrough? Because that would be weird. Yeah, who knows? But there's a tiny bit of replayability with achievements,
With the
which
achievements, yeah. Because
it's not massively in point and clicks. You've sort of solved them. I suppose the
yeah,
replayability is you go back 20 years later and see what you remember.
yeah. Well, this game is kind of like the when you finish the game. I don't know where the fuck I was going there. When you finish the game, it literally says, "Why not go back and see how many achievements you get? How many do you see how many achievements you can get? How many have you got? That kind of thing." And I just looked. I had 25 out of 50. So I had half the achievements. Literally half. I don't need the count. It tells me. It told me it says 25 out of 50.
I've got 29, I think, from a quick count. So there you go. Better than you. But yeah.
No.
Um, I'm kind of not sure. It feels like I could go back and play it, but again, I'd just be clicking all over the place again.
Yeah.
And
There
to some
was.
extent,
I
that's not the game then, is it? If you're just
no.
clicking,
Yeah.
clicking.
It is point and click, so.
It is, but when you're just literally clicking everywhere trying to
Exactly.
find a
Yeah.
segment of screen that does something.
No, I get you.
Not sure.
One thing I'll say
But
though
no,
is there were some chapters I think I finished with like quite a few items in my inventory left over. So I'm like, oh, wonder what I was supposed to have done with them. Like even the final chapter, I think I finished with an arrow and an apple, and I was like, what was they supposed to be used for? Oh, not an apple, something else. 'Cause you used the apple.
I was
It
going to
was
say,
two
surely
items. I think it was
you
the
use the arrow.
paintbrush and the arrow. I used the arrow, but I picked it back up, and I assumed maybe there's something else you could use it for. Maybe you can make the guy aim even further away or something, but I didn't try.
Well, yeah, but you must have used the arrow to hit the apple.
Yeah, I did. I did
Yeah,
that bit,
'cause
but I'm wondering
that's
if like
the
collecting the arrow again could be
paintbrush.
used for something else.
Did you not use the paintbrush at all? I
Yeah,
don't know that it's actually.
I did use the paintbrush. You have to use it to get
No, yeah,
uh, one of the things, a candle.
yeah, probably, yeah, yeah. I suppose, yeah. But then I think at one point, on one of the levels over, you have a sword or something, and you just feel like I'm going to walk around, just clicking on every tree, see if I could do something. But yeah,
Mm.
some of the puzzles were really, really good. I really enjoyed kind of like solving them. Um, I particularly liked the one with the snow globe.
That was fun.
When I worked out what that did, I was like,
Yeah.
ah, suddenly now I need to go everywhere else and try and do that. Because yeah, I thought I was like, where do I get this third like jewel or whatever from?
Yeah.
But then, yeah, when you work out what you're doing, it's really gives a. That's what I like about a point and click, a sense of achievement. I've solved this puzzle. This unlocks. They're almost like Metroidvanias in a way. Now I know what this does. Now I can unlock this. Now I can go there. Now I can use this on everything else. Bam, bam, bam. Bish, bash, bosh. So yeah, it wasn't too long. I completed it in 2 sittings, I think. Bashed through 5 of the plagues, then another 3, then another 2 or whatever. So yeah, it was good. Didn't stay its welcome. Not too expensive. I'd be very happy, I think, to go and play some of the others, whatever they've got. Um, Rusty Lake Hotel, Rusty Lake Roots, and maybe
Yeah, I
other
wonder
things.
if the same kind of games.
I imagine
Like,
so. It'd be weird for them not to be.
yeah, well, maybe, possibly. Who knows? Maybe Rusty Lake Hotels like Hotel
Rusty
Mario.
Lake Hotel is 66% off on Steam now. And I can buy it for 67 pence. Well, there you go.
I might grab it. I know.
I feel like perhaps I should have waited. Does that mean that Rusty Lake,
Oh, what?
um, well, Rusty Lake Paradise was on offer? Is on offer now.
Oh, god damn it!
Always the way.
Fuck you, Steam.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was rather fun. I think what I liked about it the most was just how weird it is.
Yes. Yeah. It's like I said, very much the salad fingers style. It is a Rusty
Yeah.
Lake 11th anniversary ale.
Yeah, well,
It's what they are.
I didn't realize that the game is 11 years old.
But I don't think this one is.
Just the
I think
series, is
the
it?
studio. Yeah, the
Right.
Rusty Lake
That's okay.
franchise
That's
is.
okay. That's okay then. Want to play 11-year-old game? I don't mind actually. Like when I decided on doing this podcast, I thought sometimes we'll do.
66% off now. 2/3 off. Peds. I could have bought it today and saved myself £2.64.
Yeah,
Oh,
but you wouldn't have got it
thank you.
finished by tonight because you would have been
No, I know.
working and
I
stuff.
know. Well, there
So
we go.
there you go.
And anyone who's listening to this now, all you hundreds, go and buy them all. Well, actually, there's many more. Rusty
How
Lake
many
Paradise,
is there?
Rusty Lake Roost, Rusty Lake Hotel, and then there's other ones that aren't Rusty Lake. But I can see there's one called the Cube Escape, which has the cube image that's all throughout Last Lake Paradise, and there's the past within that's got the weird shadowy boy and the cube. So I guess to some extent they're linked a lot.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
I'll have to have a look. I'll have to have a look.
Um, but yeah, point and clicks. There's many point and clicks I've still got to play.
Same here.
These ones are nice and quick and get through. Happy to play more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
So
this is enjoyable, and I would recommend you give it a try. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Like I said, I like the weirdness of Aura.
yes. Yeah. Well, we're all a bit weird, aren't we, Pedz?
It.
Very.
Anyway, I was just wondering, as you said, you've been playing your 3DS and your Wii U. Is there anything you've been enjoying on them?
Yeah. So one of my problems is I can't stick with a game and see it through to completion. Apart from Rusty Lake Paradise, which is short, I need this. I need a podcast. I need something to tell me. Well, you got to play this. You got to finish it.
Mm.
Boom, done. Um, so yeah, uh, on the Wii U, I have been playing Wind Waker HD. I don't think I ever played it first time round when I actually bought it and played through to the end. I must have been swamped by the huge quantity of Wii U games and not got round to it. So yeah, giving that a
to
go
be
though. Yeah,
to be fair, while there wasn't a huge quantity of Wii U games, the quality was quite high.
well, indeed, they all came back out on the Switch again. So yeah, I've been playing
Never
that.
Wind Waker
And
HD.
well, actually, there's quite a few I haven't played. Then I dropped it for a while, and I've just picked it back up again today. So we'll pursue that through to the end. And then the 3DS. Yeah, one of my things was I suddenly decided, why don't I play some of the Pokemon games? So I was
Ooh,
playing, and I then sort of thought, oh, you know what I want to do? I now want to acquire all the Pokemon games.
silly.
And well, I'm fortunately trying to stop myself from doing it because that's very expensive. Um, so I've been playing Ultra Sun a bit
Okay.
and got quite far on that. You know, it's a packed 3DS, so I acquired it. Didn't need to spend money on it. And you know, it was okay. And I've been playing it, and I sort of was trying to catch every single Pokemon I encountered. So I haven't really got that far. Um, you know, I don't know that I'm massively into Pokemon games, so I don't know why I'm forcing myself to play it. I know you've played them all, haven't you? Or you certainly played all of them all. I didn't get any for the Switch, so I was quite surprised in Pokemon Ultra Moon when I found out I could ride a Pokemon. I'm like, oh, is that where that
Yeah.
starts?
Yeah, there's I've got Ultra Sun and
Oh,
I've got Moon. I've been
okay.
playing
Yeah,
Moon. I haven't finished Moon, but after I finish Moon, I want to play Ultra Sun. But also, I never finished. I've played every mainline Pokemon game apart from Ultra Sun and Black and White 2. And
yeah, those
Black
are the
and
ones
White
that
2,
confused
I
me.
would like to play.
Because yeah, I had Black, I think, and I got X, and I think I got Omega Ruby, and I played that after playing X. And people, even though I think people now say you know it's really good, I just couldn't get on with it. I think what annoyed me was the separation of Pokemart and Poke Center again.
Yeah,
I'm like, I
back.
can't bother to
Yeah,
get back to two places.
I can
Because
understand
yeah,
that.
actually on the 3DS, I had been playing Pokemon Yellow. I thought, you know what, I'm going to play that through to the end. Um, so I was enjoying that, but oh my god, it's just so much of a hassle trying to manage your Pokemon, your 6 Pokemon around in the box, and go back to the Pokemon Center and take them out and swap around all your maximum of
That's
like 10 items you're allowed to hold or whatever.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
something that modern games certainly solved.
Yeah, that's what the one good thing about like the modern games are, in my opinion, are not amazing. They're still enjoyable games and they're pretty good. The older games, while I prefer them, generally the quality of life improvements from like not a needing to access a PC so you can just switch your Pokemon in and out when you go in, while is great, I do think is a bit overboard because it's like, I can just switch my Pokemon out every fucking fight. But I don't know why you would. But the quality of life improvements in Pokemon are beneficial. XP share is good compared to where it used to be. Like I think in Gen 2 it used to be a held item, so you could only share XP with one other Pokemon, or Gen 2 or Gen 3. I can't remember exactly which gen. I'm old. Uh, but XP shares is one thing where it's like you should be able to turn it off if you want to, which they stopped doing in Gen 8, I think.
Were
Something like
they? I
that.
can't remember.
Yeah,
Yeah, I noticed in
it's
like
on
Ultra
all the
Sun
time
I
now.
got it really early.
Yeah, well,
XP
from
share, which
Sword and Shield,
used
I think it's like you have to have it on whether you want it to or not. But generally speaking, I think Pokemon's are good games. I just think that there's not enough ambition there anymore, and I think that's simply a
they
lot of
need to.
people. I think that's one issue is they don't need to, but I think another
You buy
issue is
Fire Red and Leaf Green on the
I did
Switch.
buy Fire Red, yeah, yeah.
Part of the problem, Pet.
I am part of the problem. But like I said, I think one issue is obviously, as we said, they don't really need to. But I think another big issue is when it comes to the Pokemon series of games is they are on a strict schedule of when they have to get the games out by, so that the anime and the manga and the cards and the blah 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 and everything, the toys, all have to come out at the at the same time, more or less, or
Pokemon
around the
cards are
same time.
massive now, aren't they?
Yeah. So I think that's the biggest issue is that, and they need to put more budget into it as well. But like as we know, it's gonna sell fucking whatever they do. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. What else have I been playing? Oh, I acquired in another one of my retro haunts, Metroid uh, Zero Mission. That's what it's called, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah,
for the GBA.
yeah, the GBA Metroid Zero Mission. It's a remake of the first game. Yeah,
That's been one of my grails. For some reason, I didn't pick it up back in the day when it was out. I don't know
silly.
why. I don't remember it coming out or knowing about it. I must have been. I was at uni. I was busy.
Drunk.
Yes. Okay. And because I picked up like all the Zeldas and things, but yeah, the Metroids, because I got Fusion and I really loved that. So yeah, I don't know if it came out later in the GBA's life cycle or
I'm not sure when it came out, but it
missed
was
it.
after Fusion. I know that.
Yeah.
And that's all I remember.
So I picked up a box copy of that and blasted through that. It's a great game, you know. Classic. I love the GBA Metroids. I love the GBA. So
How,
got the GBA out.
how
Had a
far
quick
into it are you?
Zero Mission.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I finished it. I blasted through it in a.
How do
Well,
you think it is in comparison to Fusion and Super Metroid?
Um, I I suppose I can compare those better. You know, it's I always struggle when people ask me to compare like the games, like the Zeldas. You know, I've played them all, bar Tears of the Kingdom. But you know, when people ask you to rank, it's like, oh well, I haven't played this one for 15 years. I can't. I don't have time to go through them all
No,
and
you
judge
have
them
to give me
immediately one
a
after the other.
ranking.
Um, well, I Fusion was my first, so I will always love Fusion, and I think it's great. And I played through that not long ago, and I regularly still go back to that and give it a blast through. You
Mm.
know, I know it's less freeform and more linear and directed, but at least that keeps me from getting lost. Um, and again, Zero Mission, the same. It sort of tells you where to go, but there is a bit of chance to go around and do other things. I'm not a huge fan of the Zero Suit End bit. Um,
Mm.
it's all a bit running away, and then it's trying to get the tension from Fusion in. And Super Metroid is a great game. Um, it just annoys me. The it could do with some quality of life upgrades, but not too many. I would like to be able to switch between like the grapple and the vision thing, and sort of maybe auto. I'd like more buttons and more options um,
Yeah, I get you.
to do things in Super Metroid. Um, and I suppose there's Dread as well. But yeah, I love the pixel art of the Metroid.
Yeah.
Um, so
Metroid
yeah,
is a great series.
yeah. So out of the 2D ones, I'd probably put. I mean, there's very little. I put Fusion first, Super and Zero on a par in second. Um, well, again, this is going back to Dread. I haven't played that more recently enough. It's different. It's the Mercury Steams ones now, isn't it?
Mhm.
Samus Returns is at the bottom as
I
Return
have
of
I haven't played
Samus
Samus
Metroid.
Returns. I've
No,
got
the
it.
3DS one.
I
Oh,
got it. I got like the special edition, and I just left it unopened, so I haven't played it.
oh, well. There you go, Peds. Now's the
It was
time.
it
Now's
wasn't a
the
plan
opportunity.
to keep it unopened. I would just bought it. I was
I
playing
got
other
the
stuff,
special
I just
edition
haven't
as
got
well.
around to it.
In fact, I got two special editions somehow. I think I placed
Ooh.
an order and forgot to cancel one. Well, I sold one of them in the
Ah,
end. But
but
yeah,
10 times the amount.
probably.
Did you be a naughty scalper?
I didn't scalp. I just happened to acquire one. Um,
Oh,
equally, I bought special editions. That's what Wind Waker is that I've been playing. That was a special edition, I think.
oh, nice.
Was Wind Waker not a special edition? I got the Twilight Princess one, certainly. Maybe Wind Waker
Yeah,
wasn't.
I'm not
They're all,
sure.
all it's
The only
all
thing,
about the special editions back then. I got the
yeah,
Fire Emblem special edition for 3DS as well. That
sweet.
was I've never played that. That's not why I bought it. It's like Fire Emblems. I enjoyed Awakening, and I played like Echoes of Valencia or whatever. Maybe made that name up. And yeah, it's just too much. Too much. They're too long. That's what I like about a Metroid. Blast through it in 2 hours if you're good. 4 hours if you're going slow. But yeah,
Mm.
I can't be doing with games that are 40, 50 hours.
Yeah,
Um,
a game has to really get its hooks into me for me to play for a long time. Open world games are kind of like some of them I'll get into, but the majority I fall off after a bit because I'm like, there's just too much to do, and I want to do it all, but I can't do it all because I'm getting
yeah,
bored trying to do it all.
I mean, you know, I love Zeldas. I love Metroids. I haven't finished or got anywhere near into Tears of the Kingdom, and Prime 4 is currently sitting, unopened on my shelf.
I started
Uh,
Prime 4, and I think I'm like an hour or so in, and I haven't gone back to it. And it's not because the game is shit or anything, because I haven't played much of it. I haven't got an opinion on the game. It's just it didn't just
ADHD, we
like.
can't stick with one thing.
I think that's what it is. I think it's ADHD. Yeah, but no, I think that genuinely that for some reason it just didn't click in that short period of time. I do need to get back to it because my plan was to get through it quite quickly. As soon as I got it, I'll play this, record some footage, do a review. It's been
But
how
then I
many
think
months since the game have come out? I haven't even done it. I've played it for an hour and a half, maybe.
it was Christmas, December, wasn't it? So
Yeah,
5,
yeah.
6.
Shocking,
Um,
shocking.
but yeah, I think that's the thing with games. If they don't take you, leave them. You can come
Mm.
back to them. I mean, I've done that with games, both Zeldas and Metroid. Skyward Sword, I didn't get on with first at all. Initially, I came back to it. It clicked. I loved it. Same
Yeah,
with Metroid Dread. I actually didn't get on with that at all, and I love Metroid. I love 2D Metroid. Stacked it off, came back to it. Suddenly, oh no, now I get it. Lasted through it. It's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can drop things and come back to them with new eyes. But yeah, I mean, there's games on PC. Indiana Jones I've been playing. That's one of the more recent games. Recent games that our listeners will be aware of. Our listeners of a certain vintage won't have to come in and tell them about the others. Um, but again, I've dropped that, I guess, because I decided to set up my Wii U and 3DS. So I need to go back and finish that off. But again, with the Indiana Jones, I've been doing all the side stuff. Perhaps I just need to blast through near the main story, be done with it. That was the problem with Tears of the Kingdom. I was getting nowhere doing all the various side quests and get
Yeah.
anywhere in the story.
Yeah, I haven't
Um,
played Indie. It's a game on my to-do list. I
it's
think
good.
I installed it on my Xbox to play it. I haven't got a good enough PC for playing Indie.
It depends how much you like Indiana Jones. It's better than the last two films, and it really feels like it
I
could have
haven't
been a
seen
good
the last film,
Indiana Jones.
but I did not like Crystal Skull.
Well, Crystal Skull was terrible, so you know you in good company there. Yeah, again, Elden Ring. It's just so huge. I'll keep coming back to it and
Yeah. Elden
playing a
Ring
bit
is a
more,
game, one of those open
getting
world games for
lost.
me that did click,
Mm. But
fortunately.
again, it kind of it's where you are in your life, Peds, at a certain time.
Mm,
And you can get on. Can you get time to dedicate things? Or perhaps I need a Steam Deck. What I need is a
mm,
Steam Deck and a commute to work that doesn't involve me driving, so I can dedicate some games times to playing games.
yeah, yeah. One thing that helps when it comes to open world games for me is co-op.
Co-op.
Mm. Simple reason. If the game is not great and you're playing it with someone, you can have a good laugh while playing it, and it kind of alleviates that boredom that you would get from just playing it solo.
Hmm.
That's
That's one
me though.
thing. Well, it is. It's the co-op. It's the multiplayer. It's one thing I miss from gaming. And I was thinking about that when I playing on the Wii U. All the nights we used to play. We had Mario Kart 8 on Mondays. We had was it Splatoon Tuesday? Splatoon Tuesdays or Splatoon Wednesdays. We used to get
Yeah,
Smash Brothers in, didn't we all?
I think it was Monday was Mario Kart, Tuesday was Rocket League, Wednesday was Splatoon, Thursday was uh, Smash Brothers, and Friday was Fast Fridays on Mario Kart.
Oh yeah, 200cc. Yeah. Um, and it's also carrying around my 3DS. I took it out on a couple of times. Took it out in Brighton, and I took it out to a retro games like convention that I went to. I got a couple of Street Pass hits.
I remember seeing that on the WhatsApp group. I voted no, you will not get any Street Pass hits, and I was wrong.
Did manage to get one. That was good. It's quirky things that were with Nintendo, as well as the good online community. I know we're all older, we have less time, but it doesn't seem like there's many games that we all want to play together online. And I much prefer multiplayer. I know we have our retro Tuesdays now.
Yeah, Retro
Um,
Shooter Tuesday. Yeah,
sort of Tuesdays, which I keep on forgetting about, thinking it's happening on Wednesday. But I'm shit at FPS. If it's not GoldenEye or Perfect Dark, I didn't play them beforehand, and I haven't played them after. So
yeah,
whatever
I can
games are,
understand.
I'm just no good at them.
Yeah, I enjoy jumping in with Retro Shooter on Tuesday. It's good fun. I don't always make it. Same with Mario Kart on Monday. And it's crazy to think Mario Kart Monday has been going since Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U, and it's still going on Mario Kart
It was one of
World.
the best.
It's been a pretty consistent
I suppose. Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
it's been very, very consistent.
when did Mario Kart 8 come out? Like 2014 or something?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say yes.
So
And obviously Mario Kart Monday didn't start straight away. It was because for a while it was just people would jump on most days to play Mario Kart 8, and then it
Yeah, released in
became the
2014. So, yeah.
Mondays, yeah, and then it became the Mondays after a couple of months, I think 6 months, a year,
Yeah,
and then
because
it
we
was
started off on like Mario Kart 7 doing like, do we play
yeah.
online? Could you play online? Or we did time trials and things. That was the sort of the
No,
initial start of things
Mario
for
Kart
us.
7 was the I'm sure we played online, but it might have been the 3DS. It's Mario Kart 7. Yeah,
Yeah,
would have
because
been,
Mario
wouldn't
Kart
it?
DS is Mario Kart on the DS. Yeah,
Yeah, because I remember playing online on the
yeah.
DS or 3DS, whichever it was.
And well, maybe it's a problem of getting older as well. You can't just dedicate, uh, you know, entire evenings every weekend, every weekday to play
Yeah,
games. You know,
exactly. But
like
the good thing
wives
is you
and
don't have to
partners
be.
want to see.
Yeah, yeah. The good thing is you don't
Which is
have
nice.
to be there every week.
No, I suppose
Just
yeah, you can
be
drop
there
off.
when you can, and everyone's happy to see you, kind of thing. And the good thing is generally speaking, when playing multiplayer games, not so much retro shooter Tuesday because some people have a lot more experience in that regard. But a lot of the time, if a newer game comes out or people are just playing stuff, a lot of the time you're all getting roughly the same amount of playtime. So there's no one who's like got 600 hours in the game while you were there, like just
Yeah,
learning. Generally speaking, obviously people are going to come in later and have less experience, but generally speaking, everyone's playing it around the same amount of time,
yeah.
and it's
You
great
still
fun.
jump on Mario Kart Mondays as much? Yeah, because I dropped Mario Kart Mondays because I was getting too stressed. I shouldn't get stressed, but it was just annoying me.
There are times where I
It
get
was the,
so
the chaos of
fucked off.
ADX.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I prefer Mario Kart 8 to 8
Oh, well, it
Deluxe.
is. It's better. Yeah, it's more balanced.
But yeah, Mario Kart World, I'm there for Mario Kart Mondays. Not all the time, so not as consistent as I would like. But I do turn up, and I've kind of, while I do lose my temper sometimes with it, I don't know why, but I'm less.
We've all got to think about
I'm
our hearts these days, Peds, don't we?
It's, yeah, it is that. But I think generally speaking, when it comes to Mario Kart World, I'm even where like the week before Mario Kart World came out, and I played Mario Kart 8. I'm less angry at the game. I don't know why. I'm just like,
Just eat yourself.
shit happens.
Mm.
There are times when I get frustrated, and if people have seen my streams, will hear me shouting and screaming at it. But compared to what I was like on Mario Kart, I think I've calmed a lot. I think I don't know why. It's not like it's I've matured more or something. I think it's just I've kind of
Like a fine wine.
given up. I've just given up.
Yeah. And speaking of multiplayer, I did knock up Rocket League. I've got
Oh,
that
nice.
on PC and played that for the first time in years. I used to play that quite a bit on the Switch with one of my friends. But yeah, haven't played that for ages. So went to the old try and get ranked and got abused by some 6-year-olds. So that was fun.
Jesus Christ.
Well, like,
It's
oh,
Rocket
why are
League for
you
you.
rubbish? It's like because I've not played it.
Yeah,
I think it's got a really high ceiling as Rocket League.
it
Takes a long
has.
time to
Yeah,
start, and then you get people who start doing just the air flying and hitting the ball, and you don't even see it. But yeah,
yeah. I haven't played Rocket League for a little bit. I was playing it like on Sundays with Jasm and Jeff Yard,
yeah,
both who have been on the podcast, and we were playing it. But recently, Jeff have been really busy, so he hasn't had time. I think he's got I think he's in university or something, and he's like constantly doing stuff for that. And Jasm and me on Sundays have been playing Absolum instead, so
yeah. I see him playing.
which is good fun, by the way. If you haven't played it, play it. If you like fighting
Well,
games, you'll enjoy it. Beat 'em ups, not fighting games, beat 'em ups. Side scrolling, beat 'em ups.
yeah, no, okay. I like beat 'em ups. I'm not a huge fan of fighting games. There's too many button combinations which just invariably ends up in mashing. Fighting games for me. But no, beat 'em up. I love a beat 'em up.
It's a good game. It's
Good.
quite interesting. We played fair whack of it now. Good few hours in, and we're still finding new stuff in there, and there's still story beats and like little side things popping up, and it's rather enjoyable.
Well, that's another thing in the old things that I've been playing because I can't stick to one thing, and I've been playing a million things. I started trying to play all the Castlevania games, so
Oh,
uh,
nice.
on my 3DS. So I played um, NES Castlevania, got through that, and then I got onto Castlevania 2, which was much in the style of everything that was the second game in at that time. They all had
Mm.
to be slightly different and a bit weird. So yeah, I go through that and I think, these games are too hard these days. I just need to walk through to tell me where to go and what to do. I can't be able to get lost.
Yeah, I believe Castlevania 2 had its issues with certain things you needed to work out. Like
Like a
they were
day
like,
and night phase as well.
yeah, but I think the thing, when I say you got to work it out, it's like, oh, you have to like crouch in a lake for the wind to come along and take you, and how the fuck are you supposed to work that out? I think a lot of that stuff was in the manual. So if you had the manual and read the manual, you would know these things. But
Back in the day, read the
yeah,
manual.
exactly. Well, that's the thing. Back when I was a child, I would go to buy my game, and then on the bus ride or train ride or car ride home, I would read the manual of the game.
Well, it was half the thing, Yeah.
I'd sniff the manual. I wouldn't sniff the manual,
What I
but I
enjoy
would read
about
the manual.
having a physical game, I enjoy that. But these days, it is literally just a cartridge. In
Pamphlet.
fact,
Yeah.
sometimes it's just a download key, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
And literally no pamphlets at all. What was it I was going through? Yeah, like the GBA games had like the Nintendo VIP clubs or whatever, or was that the DS?
Yeah.
Scratchy things you used to get little bonuses. These days it's just coins that run out or whatever, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it was Stars
Yeah, I
reward.
guess stars
No,
initially, yeah.
no, can't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we should wrap up now. Unfortunately, as we've been going for nearly 1 hour.
Yeah. So in conclusion, things get worse, things were better in the old days. Point and clicks are good.
Yeah, point and clicks are good, even if they can be very confusing at times. Not so much this one. This one did have a little bit. I was like, I'm not really sure what to do, but generally
Yeah, there were a few
speaking,
bits I got stuck, and then when I realised what it was, I'm like, oh yeah, should have worked out
yeah,
what that was. But yeah.
yeah. Whereas from like, I haven't played it very much. I played like a demo over on PS1. I think it was like Broken Sword. Everyone, like 90% of players couldn't get past some goat because they had no fucking clue what you had to do.
Yeah, I never really got into the Broken Sword games. But yeah, it was more on the LucasArts.
Yeah.
But still, many of those I've still not completed. Too many games, not enough time.
Yeah, agreed there. Yeah, that's going to be it from us then. The last thing I'll say about Rusty Lake Paradise is it's currently on offer. Why not pick it up and give it a try? And also maybe try their other games. I enjoyed it. It's very strange. There's no rusty spoons though.
That we found.
That we found, yeah. It could have been in there as a little homage to the rusty spoons. Well, Saddlefingers.
Yeah, I recommend it. And I
On me.
recommend Rusty Spades.
Yeah. I think that is us then. We will be I'm hoping to be back in a fortnight, but I can't guarantee it because it's a much bigger commitment doing this podcast than there is the film podcast. Because the film podcast, you're saying to people, oh, do you mind spending an hour and a half to 2 hours watching a film? Whereas this, fortunately, this was a fairly short game. For me, it was about 4 hours because I'm fucking terrible and I'd walk off and leave it playing and I'm just terrible. Whereas from the sounds of it, Hype's played like 2.5 hours or something. So it's much quicker.
Oh, no, it probably took longer than that. But yeah.
No, Hype's is
I just
quick.
didn't walk off.
But yeah, hopefully we'll be back soon. I would like to thank you, Hypes, for taking part. It's always a pleasure.
I would like to thank you, Pedz, for inviting me and for making me choose a game and actually play it through to the finish. So thank you.
Right. Bye-bye, everyone, and thanks for tuning in.
Cheerio.